working of the law and traditions. So therefore, that's why Jesus is trying to teach us in his word of little faith, no faith, and great faith. Right? Why was the Gentiles the ones with great faith, but yet the Jews were the ones with no or little faith? And that's because they were so caught up in what they were doing, the traditions, the changing of the laws in with tradition. So they were so caught up in the law, they couldn't have faith because they believed in what they were doing more than God and what God was doing in their lives. And so we see that right now. We see that in the church, right? The church as of right now. And it's not just one particular church. You have Roman Catholicism has a lot of traditions that they added. They say the elders wrote, all the past saints wrote. And what do the Jews say? The Jews say the elders, the traditions of the elders, right? It's not in the scripture, but they wrote other books. And that's what you hear in Roman Catholicism, that other past saints, great minds wrote this, and therefore we believe it, but it's not in the scripture. They're in other books, like we would say the Jews would be like the Mishnah and the Talmud. Orthodox Christianity is just like the Roman Catholic Church, except they don't believe in following a pope. They believe more of the scripture, which is the laying of hands and the gifts, right? Then you have the Protestant church, right? The Protestant church, which we're supposed to believe in the scripture, but they take scripture out of context and make it their own doctrine, just like all the other groups, right? Roman Catholicism, Orthodox Christianity, it's all Gentiles acting like Jews. And let me explain. They added things because they didn't want to be like the Jews. So they say, well, they changed everything. We can't believe everything they say. So therefore, we don't use the whole Bible as a starting point to judge on how our doctrine works now. You see, so instead of looking at the beginning of the scripture and learning from all the way from Genesis to Revelation, they take things out of context because they don't want to be like the Jews, and they end up being like the Jews, adding traditions. And let me prove it to you, right? You see the Pope, they have that skull cap. The Jews have I think it's called a yarmulke, right? The Orthodox and Catholics, they have the set, and they swing that set thing. That's what the Jews do, right? They wear the robes, like the prayer beads, the rosary.